Hey everybody, Jason with HOJ Forge. Sorry it's been a while since my last video. I know I say that at the beginning of every video. It just seems like real life always seems to get in the way. This time it's been forging life. I've been doing shows every weekend and have just been swamped trying to get stuff done, and so haven't really been thinking about the video stuff. But I do want to start getting back to it as the summer winds down. So the other night I forged up one of these. It's a bottle opener with you know, some little dice on it, and it was a lot of fun, and it was actually a pretty quick project. I made a couple of mistakes in that my cubes are not exactly cubes. I screwed up on the measurements a little bit, and then I knew in my head the rules of the dice. The opposing sides, meaning this side and this side, have to add up to 7, whichever way the die faces. That wasn't in my head as I was forging them up, so they're not right, and someone who takes this seriously might, you know, yeah. So today we're going to forge up another one. We're going to do it right and see if I can correct any of the mistakes that I made in a quick, simple, fun project. Let's do it. So I don't think it really matters what size stock you start with. I have a hunk of, I think this is 3/4 round. It's probably about 4 inches or so, just out of the scrap bucket, and however many dice I can get out of it is how many dice I'll get out of it. So let's get to it. Oh, quick reminder, Anvil Fund still in effect. I'll put a link up in the corner if you want to help out, help out. If not, don't worry about it, and let's get to this. The first thing I'm going to do is just square it up. If you're starting with square, you probably don't have to square it up. Okay, so we want to make sure we get the right width. I'm at just over ½ an inch. Yeah, what would we call that? 9/16 maybe. So we want to make sure that when we mark the cubes, we mark them the same width. What I think I screwed up with on the first one is I'm using a rather thick cutting disc on my angle grinder to cut the grooves, and I didn't allow for any width of that. So I think we're going to go just a little more than what I did last night. And then I'm just going to use an angle grinder to cut maybe 1/8 of an inch groove down each section, each line where I cut. So that's what we're left with, and now I'm going to go ahead and heat it up and just kind of upset it a little bit to draw those cubes closer together to get my gaps out of there from the space of the cutting disc. If you use a bandsaw or a hacksaw, you probably won't have to do that. If you use a hot cut or a chisel or something, you'll probably have to do it this way too. But I'm going to go ahead and heat it up, and then we'll try and compress it a little bit. So there we go. They're not closed up totally, but they're a lot closer than they were, and I think it'll work fine. So I'm going to heat this up and use a little punch to start punching the face of the dies. Remember, each side, the opposite side, has to add up to 7. You don't want to forget to get the end one either, because that one's going to be seen, so it's got to look like a die, right? So make sure you get the end. I just put it in the vise and punched my holes in there. So now we can start drawing out the end for the bottle opener. We'll worry about twisting the cubes when we're done. So I'm going to just wire brush this and probably put a coat or two of lacquer or polyurethane on it and call it good. And there we go. Pretty easy, pretty simple. I screwed up punching the hole. So, I mean, that took me a little while. I had to chisel part of it out. And then the deeper you make the cuts, the easier it is to twist at the end. But I didn't cut them real deep this time, so that was fighting me a little bit. But overall, I mean, it's not, you know, took an hour or so for me, and I'm not that fast. So if you're pretty quick at this whole blacksmithing thing, you can probably get it done pretty easily. So thank you everybody for checking it out. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. You can find HOJ Forge on Facebook. I throw a lot of my projects up there, even the ones I don't video. The knives, you can check out the website. I don't have a whole lot of inventory right now. They've been selling at the shows. In fact, I've got to go work on one right now. So I will catch you next time, and I apologize again for the length of time between the last video and this one. We'll try and get it worked out so it's a little quicker next time. Have a great night. Bye!